Well, Hurricane Fiona making its way towards Canada. The storm showing no signs of slowing down as it lashed Bermuda overnight. This stunning footage from a floating drone in the middle of the Atlantic showing the sheer intensity of the wind and the rain with this storm. Now, Fiona has already drenched parts of the Caribbean, including the Dominican Republic, Turks and Caicos, and Puerto Rico. There it caused at least 4 deaths and led to severe power outages. President Biden announcing federal funding for the island's recovery efforts.
Debris removal, search and rescue, power and water restoration, shelter and food for the whole month, 100%.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says FEMA is in the midst of a damage assessment, but maintain that Puerto Ricans will get the resources they need to rebuild. And with all that in mind, let's turn to our Pinpoint Weather 12 forecast. Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca in the Weather Center, and we are under a weather alert because of Fiona, but not really so much on land.
Exactly. As we mentioned, the high surf, the dangerous rip currents, that high surf advisory has been extended now until 8 o'clock this evening. Of course, the bay waters are calm. It's a bright, blustery, and noticeably cooler day. I want to show you Narragansett Town Beach. Hopefully we can catch one of these sets. There you go. There's one that just went through. They've been coming in what we call swells roughly every 30 seconds, but the surf advisory has been extended now until 8 o'clock this evening, along with some dangerous rip currents. And those are not buoys floating in the water. Those are surfers. You want to be careful. I just want to hold on this picture for just a few more seconds to see when another set comes in. But the surf is anywhere from roughly 6, 8, 9, even 10 feet. And this advisory, this high surf advisory, will continue through 8 o'clock this evening. And it's quite potential is there that the advisory gets extended even into tomorrow morning as well. Even with the storm that is well offshore, these waves, these swells can propagate really hundreds of miles away from the center of the storm. And that's what we're seeing down in Narragansett. We have these floating weather stations, weather buoys, and they've been indicating. And if I could just remove the banner for 1 second, just offshore of Nantucket now, it started this morning at 8 feet. Now it's up to 15 feet offshore. So these swells continue to come in towards the coastline. And even though the surf advisory is set to expire at 8 o'clock this evening, I would say more than likely throughout the entire evening and overnight, even potentially into tomorrow morning, the surf will continue to be rough. Chilly weather for tonight. It's a mainly dry weekend. We may end Sunday day late in the afternoon with a couple of showers, and the tropics remain very active. I'll show you that in just a second. Cool right now, upper 50s to around 60. Before we get to Fiona, this is the Caribbean. This is a tropical depression, and the forecast has this becoming over the next several days and into early next week into a hurricane, and by the middle of next week, perhaps a Gulf Coast, Florida threat. Around Wednesday, here is New England. Where this goes beyond that remains to be seen, but things are getting very active. In the short term, this is New England. That is Fiona, Category 4 storm, about 450 miles south and east of Cape Cod with winds of 130 miles per hour. It is accelerating northeast. It will impact the Canadian Maritimes and Nova Scotia overnight and into Saturday. This has the potential to be just a historic landfalling storm for the Maritimes overnight and into early tomorrow morning. We'll keep you posted. In the meantime, we are quiet. So we get a decent start to the weekend, and even most of Sunday, not bad. It's not until late in the day the chance for a shower, but high pressure is in control. That means a chilly night tonight. We're going to drop down into the upper 30s to lower 40s by tomorrow morning. Nothing but blue sky both tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. Despite the chilly start, we do recover close to 70 by tomorrow afternoon. Beaches are sunny, but the water at area beaches tomorrow still dangerous. In the meantime, looking at a decent weekend. It's not until either very late day Sunday or Sunday evening. So some scattered showers. Temperatures mild Sunday afternoon in the lower 70s.
Tony, thank you. Still ahead on 12 News at